Well, it's been a long time since I've made a stew, right? So today I'm gonna make one of the most popular and delicious stew. You name it. Blanquette de Veau, old-fashioned veal stew. So I'm gonna use veal shoulder. What you wanna do first, you wanna blanch your veal. The reason why you want to blanch the veal, it's because you want to remove impurities. That's a very important step. In between, I'm going to make my bouquet garni. I'm going to use a leek. You want to cut it all the way through, but not completely. So inside, I'm going to insert my fresh French thyme. Then I'm going to add a few parsley stems, then bay leaves. Then I'm going to tie this up with some cooking twine. Bouquet garni, done. Next, I'm gonna peel my onion. I'm gonna make an onion piqué, which is a peeled onion with a few cloves. I'm gonna use 3. You just nail them in, and that's gonna give a lot of flavor. Next, I'm going to strain the meat, rinse it, and set aside. Next, I'm going to chop my carrots into bite size. Next, you wanna cook the meat in a nice stock. Here's the blanched veal. I'm gonna add my bouquet garni, onion piqué, celery, crushed garlic, and carrots. Then I'm going to add the water, then the salt. My stew is boiling. I'm going to cover it and cook it for 45 minutes and see what happens. So I am going to strain it and save the meat, carrots, and the stock, of course. Then I am going to clean the pot and make a roux. But before, I'm going to take care of my mushrooms. So you want to wash them off and trim them. And because they are quite a bit big, I am going to cut them in 4 or 6 portions. I'm going to cover my mushrooms with water. Then I'm gonna season with salt, pepper, butter, and half a lemon juice. Look at these gorgeous Meyer lemons, freshly picked. Oh gosh, there is so much juice in there. I'm gonna save the other half for later. I'm gonna bring this to a boil and cook it for about 15 minutes. Here is the trick to peel your pearl onions. Blanch them for like 1 minute or 2 and you transfer them in ice water and you're good to go. Next, I'm going to saute my pearl onions. As soon as the butter is melted, I'm going to throw in my onions. Then I'm gonna add some sugar and water. Full blast, and then when the water is gone, it's gonna start to caramelize. And then I'm gonna stop right there. It smells so incredible. Next, the roux. The roux is a thickener. So you will need 2 ounces of butter and 2 ounces of flour. So I'm gonna melt my butter first. When the butter is melted, I'm gonna add the flour. And then you wanna cook this down until you get a light brown color. So by cooking it, you are going to remove the taste of the flour. So when you make a roux and add a stock or broth, it's called velouté. So by the way, there is 2 options to avoid lumps when you make a béchamel or a velouté. Every time you work with a roux, you use a room temperature roux with a hot liquid, or room temperature liquid or cold liquid and hot roux. Then you want to bring this to a boil. That's perfect. We don't have any lumps. It's going to begin to thicken now. So what you're looking for here is to get a velouté texture, a light, creamy sauce, not something too thick and too heavy. I am going to add the veal and the carrots, mushrooms. So leave this alone for about 20 minutes. Wow, almost ready. Last touch up, I'm going to mix egg yolks and cream. That's going to enhance the texture so greatly. Then the last thing, lemon juice. As soon as you add the egg cream mixture, you don't want this to boil anymore. Taste it. Wow, it's incredible. To get the full recipe, go to brunoskitchen.net. Please subscribe, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. Bon appétit, à la prochaine fois.